this is Dodge something, isn't it? Dodge Monaco, I think.
Is that what it is?
Is it a Monaco? It's got Monaco written on the dashboard, so I'm going for that.
So when this arrived to you, what sort of condition was it in? Was it running?
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it today.
So what are you doing at the moment then?
I've changed all the plugs. I've got a new distributor cap, new rotor arm, new leads. It's just what Gordon likes to do, and it never does any harm. It's all new then, isn't it? Apparently the carb's been rebuilt. It's a bit lumpy though, but I need to have a look and see what the ignition timing should be, and then see if we can strobe her up.
Any redeeming features on this car then?
The choke's gone again, like we did on the other Dodge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it's a different setup on this one. That one was electronic. This one has, like, see that hollow there? The heat rises off the manifold and does a bimetallic spring, a flat bimetallic spring in this case, not one of the coiled up ones.
Yeah.
And that's what adjusts the choke on it. Should be a link bar that goes from there. See where that's tied up to there?
Yeah.
That should go down. And then it has vacuum resistance on that one.
Assuming you were doing this for the first time, how would you know which plug goes in?
Right, we get a firing order, which is normally written on a manifold on a V8. See it along there? What's that torch shit? See it there?
Okay, yeah.
You've got 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, is it? 7, 2.
Yeah.
So, what you do is you work out which way round your distributor's going. Now that one I know was number 1 because it's the first lead I put in. It goes 1, 3, 5, 7, and this side's 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got your rotations that way. So you've got 1, that's number 8 plug, so that's my back lead on this cylinder head. So 1, 8, 4 is my second lead. 1, 8, 4. That should be 3, so that should be the front lead on that cylinder head, which it is. Yeah?
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, the second lead. 1, 3. What was after 3? 6, so that should be 2, 4, 6. That should be that one, which I haven't changed yet. Which is that one. And that should be all of them then. Apart from the coil.
And if you just got one wrong,
That'll just fire lumpy. It's a V8, I mean it'll fire up, but it'll just be lumpy and horrible. I'll just change the coil lead. Right then, moment of truth. Sounds better. Right. Negative.
So what's this?
Stroboscopic timing light. Picks up a pulse from number 1 normally cylinder, and on your flywheel, on your front pulley, you have marks. Tells you how many degrees the car's firing before or after top dead centre. But I don't know if there's any marks on it yet, so I'm just going to run it up and see if we can pick anything up with the strobe lamp. I can't see any marks there. So what you normally have to do is highlight them with a white marker. So you have to just turn it round now and see if you can pick up any marks. I'm guessing that tube hole is your sight hole. Normally they have a pointer and then your marks line up, but you can't see anything there.
So these are timing marks, yeah?
Yeah, hopefully. Can you just flip that over? Well, basically an engine, it needs to spark when the piston, both valves are shut, piston comes to the top of the bore, it needs to spark around about there to make it work.
Okay.
So if it sparks when it's down there, it's never going to happen,
Yeah.
because it hasn't compressed the mixture. So the way of telling where it is when there'll be a mark on your harmonic balancer. So where number 1 piston is at top dead centre, yeah, so the piston's right at the very top with both valves shut, that's its firing stroke. So you'd have a top dead centre mark, pointer on the crankcase, and then normally they're between sort of 2 to 10 degrees before top dead centre they'll fire. So as the piston comes up, just before it reaches full compression, it will fire it, and the rotational mass of the engine will roll it over, and then it will fire down, push the piston down. Some cases it's after top dead centre, like one of these is 2.5 degrees after with automatic gearbox. And that says before top centre BTC. Can you see that 0 there? So I'm guessing it should be 2.5 degrees after top dead centre, I think it said, but we'll clean that ridge up there.
So those 2 marks need to line up, or within degrees.
Because that's got a degree scale on the pulley and on the casing.
Yeah.
All you need to do is mark 0 top dead centre on the casing.
Yeah.
No, sorry, on the pulley.
Okay.
And then you set it to the casing. It'll all become clear as mud.
And then the gun, the flash gun,
that picks it up every time it fires, and then you know you're in the right place.
And this is all to do with tuning and timing.
This is your ignition timing, yeah, making sure it's bang on it. What on then? I mean, you set it on idle, initial setting. What you should do is set it up with a rev counter, because you have timing advance in your distributor as well on the bob weights.
Okay.
So you have vacuum advance and retard, and you have physical ignition timing. So you add the two together, and then you don't want to dial it in any more than 34, 35 degrees. They call it all in, which is your vacuum fully open, engine running at 3,000 revs, so your bob weights are out on the distributor, and then that shouldn't 34 to 36 degrees with everything on. That's your maximum advance you want to go to, really.
It's quite scientific, isn't it, some of it?
It is and it isn't. I mean, once you get your head around it, it's pretty simple, but it's just getting your head around it. 0 to 10 either way, before and after. So now we'll put a marker up, find our 0 again. Right, there's our top dead centre mark there. So now I'll go and get a little bit of white paint, mark them up, and then we can fire it up and see where the timing's at. But also you can get, when you get onto these, see, you can set that. So say I wanted 35 degrees all in, this is another way of doing it.
Okay.
I want 35 degrees all in ignition timing, yeah? So you could mark your top dead centre, dial that to 35 degrees, hold it at 3,000 revs, and if those two marks line up, then you know you're bang on your timing, because you set it on the gun as opposed to doing it on. It's a more accurate way of doing it. Go back to 0 on the gun and we lose our timing mark. Bring it round. Comes into view, yeah?
Okay, good.
That's about the top dead centre there, so we're running about 18 degrees, which is too much. So we'll shut her down there, loosen the distributor off. Wind the idle down now as well.
So how do you correct that?
You move the distributor, physically move it.
So when you say you move the distributor, how do you know how much to move it?
By your timing marks. So as you move your distributor, the timing mark will move up and down.
Okay.
That's how you set it. think the idle was probably up a bit too much, so we'll lower that down as well. But as you can hear, the engine smoothed out, it's not hunting.
Yeah, well, to the untrained ear, it does sound a little bit laboured though, doesn't it?
We'll knock it back a touch more. You can hear it start rumbling. The whole base plate of the distributor moves, so as you accelerate, your timing has to increase. So what it does is that diaphragm is spring loaded. The more vacuum you get out of that pipe will pull that and adjust your base plate and adjust your timing. But that isn't really drawing vacuum. You need it lower down, probably on that one there. Because when it was running, yeah, I wasn't getting any suction off of that.
Okay.
Right, now we've got vacuum on that. So that's making it run lumpier. Yeah. So that's letting more air in, which means probably running too rich. So we'll put that on there. Will it change it straight away?
Yeah.
And then that, when it revs up, you know you said it felt laboured before?
Yeah.
Pick up properly now. It's moving the base plate. Don't think that's far out now, mate.
The V8 returns. Next week on The Workshop.